guys, Linda here. I am working on my 52 tags handmade, and I just watched the video again and I'm doing it wrong, but it's kind of right. I don't know. This is the bullion stitch. It's not one that I'm familiar with. I don't think I've ever heard it before, but I've done a few. There's French knots, bullion stitch, and then pistol. And the pistol kind of ends up looking more like what I'm doing, but I was doing it different than Anne did it. Okay, I gotta get this threaded, and then I can show you what I'm doing. So I finally took a walk today. I walked to the hardware store, because our hardware store is where I can get embroidery floss, and I really needed black, and this was the only black they had. It's a really thick one. The way I was doing it is I was coming out at the top. I'll show you the wrong way to do it, then I'll show you the right way. So now I got to get in camera. Okay, so you see I did some French knots, and then I did what I thought was the bullion stitch. And the way I did it, and the way you start is at the top. And the way I did it is I wrapped, at this point, I started wrapping. And that kind of made it curly like the pistol stitch. So I wrapped it about 13 times. And that's what makes it kind of curly. But now I think I have too much string here, but that's okay. All right, we'll do that one more time. I think the way Anne shows is much easier, and I'll do the next one that way. So, and then I just went in here, in by the French knot, and kind of pulled the string and pushed it through. And you got to work, because you have so much wrapped around you kind of got to work it through. I knew once I got on camera, it would all be a mess. No, it's gone okay. See, then that crossover thread, I have to tuck underneath. So that's where Anne's way of doing it looks better. So we'll do it that way. But I like the way they curled. But anyway, so she came up from the top. She came in from the top. Like that, and then would go into the bottom and then come out at the top again and then wrap. So this might be easier. So you're only supposed to wrap as far as this is, but I've been wrapping big, so mine are kind of curly like a flower, so that's why mine look different. I don't know if this is going to be a mess or not. And then it's supposed to curl down over itself. Okay, there we go. So then now it's back at that, now it's back at that bottom part. So I'll try that again. Go out, wait, let's see. You're supposed to start at the top. Start at the top, then you put your needle in. like I'm putting it at my French knot. Then you can back out at the hole that you went in. Then you wrap. And then you pull it through. And you gotta kinda, you can't see what I'm doing because I'm hiding it with my fingers because I'm holding it. Pull it through, and then you go back down so it comes down over that thread. I don't know why that's a lot different than what I was doing, because you still have that thread. Well, maybe. Okay. All right, so I go in at the top, down at the bottom, back in at the top, and then wrap it around. And really, to do the bullion stitch, I should only have it as long as the distance between where I came out and where I want to go in. But like I said, I'm wrapping it a little bigger, and I think that's the pistol stitch, and that's why it kind of curls like a flower. So anyway, I was saying, I finally went for a walk. I went to the hardware store to get some black floss. Oh, and it was so cold. I mean, I'm still cold. It was like 25, something like that. I was bundled up, but oh yeah, that one looks a lot different than that. That's all right though. It's handmade. Oh. So I see that's how you get it nice and straight. Okay, I gotta put one more in here. And I thought, you know, I didn't know what fabric I wanted to use or anything, so I had this little bit of red star and blue star and thought, okay, I can use those. I wanted to get silver or gold thread, and I got some, but it's not embroidery floss. It's this, it's just metallic thread. So I tried that, but that just wasn't working. It's just a little too thin. So I will be online looking for gold embroidery floss. Oh boy, sometimes it's hard to get this to come through. There we go. And it does get twisted up. And then you bring it down to where you started. This is probably the hardest stitch that I think we've done, but it's still fun. It still makes really cute things. See, this first one, it's kind of crooked, but that's all right, right? It's still looking okay. All right, so one more of these. But you know, when I'm doing this, I'm thinking about, you know, all these fancy dresses that women wore in the 1800s, and you know, all the hand stitching. Oh my goodness. And there are still stitcher, you know, places where you can buy dresses when you listen to the like Emmys and stuff, and the dresses people wear and the hand stitch this and that. It's like, oh my gosh, the hours it must take. I'm happy to do these little tags. That one's not too good. I like these. bottom ones, like once I turned the camera on, they got really bad. All right, so now I have to put some French knots on it. Well, I have French knots, but I probably need more. And, oh boy, what I'd really like to do is use some of that silk that I have. We'll see. Well, that's what it looks like so far. I did this in a class with a friend she was teaching the class. Just amazing stitcher. Amazing. So, this is just a little piece of silk ribbon. I think it has to be silk. And if it works out right, it'll go through the fabric. I should do little leaves, but I'm going to do a little green knot flower, like. See, you can sew with silk. So I'm going to do a French knot. So I'm just going to go around 3 or 4 times and then back in. And see, you have like a little green bud there out of silk, which is really kind of fun. I'll put another one in here. So in the French knot, you just wrap around and then go back in pretty close to where you were. The more you wrap, the thicker the yarn. All those things depend on how big your French knot's going to be. I got to make sure I don't go in the same hole. Otherwise, I can pull it through, and that's not good. I'm getting it all twisted up here. There, I don't want it too tight. That's what, if you wrap it too tight, then you can't get it through there. Okay, so that's the way it looks so far. Okay, give this a little knot in the back. I feel like I need some more long ones in here. Maybe I'll use some green. Now, let's see. I'll try that bullion stitch again. Except for that little blob down there at the bottom, it's okay. I don't know, can you see the little blob down there? Well, good thing I'm not a perfectionist, right? So I'd be ripping that out. Okay, I'm going to try another one. Go in at the top. Down at the bottom. It'd be nice if I had a little sturdier fabric too, I think. Listen to me make excuses. Okay, so before I pull it through, I have to wrap it the same length as that. There we go. That looks better, a little. Oh boy, I shouldn't show this video, but it's important that you know that this isn't easy, but it isn't impossible. And you can see how imperfect is done. But I'm willing to try. I'm willing to go to bat. I feel like I understand the concept of this stitch. I just can't seem to do it very good. Need a lot more practice getting the stitches all, it just looks like a big old mess. That's coming out. I pulled it too tight. I can see that the fabric's all crinkled. All right, one more try. Then I might give up. Maybe I should just do a running stitch. Top. pull it through. Go back in where you started. I think I was trying too hard. There we go. That one looks better. Okay. When first you don't succeed, try again, right? And part of it is the fabric's really kind of thin and wants to crunch up. Now that one I probably didn't wrap enough, but it looks okay. Okay, we're going to do one more. One more, and then I'll put a little French knot on top of each one of those. Oops, okay, so out the top, back in, out, and wrap. I should sit and do this all night till I learn how to do it properly. All right. Looks like a cactus. I guess I need to do one more. Do I have enough yarn? Oh, do I have enough thread? Put one more in between here. A little one. There we go. There we go. That one's better. And I'm not in frame again. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Okay, enough of that. Now maybe a couple French knots at the top of those. All right, 3 little French knots. Did really loose. All right, so somewhere on here there's the tag. The tag that I want to use. Oh, here it is. All right, let's see if we can get this on here with the same. I think we can. Thinking what I want to do is, I think I want to make some little X's or something up here to attach it. Oh, maybe. I know what I'll do. I'll do a little stitch, and then I'll do a French knot, make a little pattern. I think what I'm going to do then here is just, I don't want to put any stitches there. I just want to go across the crooked. I should have drawn lines or something, huh? Okay, then we'll do a stitch. The stitches probably should have been the bullion stitch. That's what I was pausing to think about. Oops. Come up here and then take this piece and tie it with this piece. All right. Okay, tag number 8. Bullion stitch and French knots and pistol. I think these look more like pistols and these look more like bullion, but I would watch Anne's if you're wanting to learn how to do it, because this was pretty sad. But thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.